Prattville Lions Football Review with Coach J.B. Wallace. Brought to you by Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Prattville, Crab King Seafood, CBE, and Durbin Auto Parts.
Hello, Lion Nation, and welcome into Week 10 of the Prattville Lions Football Review. I'm Will Barrett, joined as always by our head coach, J.B. Wallace, looking back on a Week 10 victory over the Bob Jones Patriots in what was a very chilly, very wet night in Madison, Alabama. Coach, congratulations.
Thank you. Game Friday night, you're right, the temperature reminded you of playoff type of football. And I've harped on, this week being like a playoff week, a prep for the playoff game. But it was kind of, what you want in a football atmosphere, the weather. It's about that time of the year, the little breeze in the air. And the guys, they came out a little energetic, ready to play.
A lot of things stacked up against you when you go that far up and to a team you're not familiar with, to a stadium you're not familiar with, to an environment you're not familiar with. You jump out on top, punch them right in the mouth, 13-zip out of the gate. And they answer back. It's punch, counter punch, and in the end you pull away for a 43-31 victory. Impressive night. Yeah,
and that tells they're number 2 in the region, and they're number 2 in the region for a reason. That's a good football team there. But when you jump out on somebody, and we've been there, but we were on the other side of it. You jump out on somebody like that, it posed for a good night if you can hold it in the road. And they kind of blocked that extra point, and we kind of lost momentum for a brief moment when they blocked that extra point, and they came back and answered, as you said, and you went back and forth. But eventually, we were able to put it all together and kind of pull away and have the kind of night we wanted to have.
It was a great night for the team as a whole and for several individuals as well. We saw a single-season receiving record broken by Cam Shanks last night, and we saw E.J. Owsley go over 2,000 yards passing for the season for the second year in a row. Some great milestones for these kids.
Man, yeah, and just to see them accomplish those or reach those accomplishments, man, that's great to see for both of those. Both of those guys are hard workers and great kids, and so I'm excited for both of those guys and what they've done for this program so far. And it's right at the right time of the season. So we're gonna need their best performances for the next 4 weeks, to get us where we need to be.
No doubt about it, Coach. It was a great tune-up for the playoffs right around the corner on a 43-31 victory over Bob Jones to wrap up the regular season at 7-3 as we head into the playoffs. Lots of hard work done on Friday night. You'll see it in the highlights of last Friday's win that we're going to watch right now.
Colin Rogers sets to put toe to leather to begin the game here at Madison City School Stadium against the Bob Jones Patriots in Week 10 of Prattville Lions football. As he makes the approach to toe is leather, and we are underway, and Colin booms this one into the night sky. It's good. Oh. As Joshua Wheat punts from his own 25. High snap over his head. It's rolling back toward the 10-yard line. Prattville in pursuit. Wheat falls on it. Picks it up. And it's picked up by the Lions. And it's in the end zone for a touchdown. Yeah. Shanks hanging around at the 37. Hoping but it's blocked again. It's blocked again. Rolling around the 30-yard line. Picked up by Prattville. Another fall on it at the 29-yard line. Shotgun. He's got 2 receivers on the far side. Pistol set here. Wants to throw on first down. Looking downfield. Looking in. Firing toward the end zone. Got a man down there. And it is caught. It is caught. Touchdown. Prattville. Cameron Shanks. Here's Hardy from the shotgun once again. Twin receiver set. Another throw out the screen. It's nearly hijacked, nearly taken back the other way into a 6-point lead. Here's Hardy dropping back to pass, looking downfield. Nobody's open. He's going to try to run with it. Flush down the right side. Now he's wrapped up by Vincent, and he is taken down. Alpha Dog at the 27-yard line. Here's Hardy on first down from the 20. Quarterback power trying to, and he is popped at the 20-yard line. Play's going to lose about a yard. Hardy to pass, looking downfield and now firing again. This time's tipped up and it's intercepted.
Yes, sir. Who is that?
I believe that's Eric Vincent. Snap. Owsley holds it. It's down and the kick is up, and it is good. Plenty long, plenty straight, and beautifully good. Nope. Hardy has it, drops back to pass, steps away. Oh, he's taken down. He is taken down by the 34-yard line by Alpha Dog. Hardy rolls to that side of the field, now looks the other way, throws it up for grabs.
No, there's nobody there. Pick it off.
Double coverage, and it is intercepted in the end zone by J.D. Powell. Pass, now throws it short. They got Parks set up on the screen, and Parks has got room 50. Parks 45-40. Parks in the open field, tripped up at the 30, still on his feet. Breaking tackle to the 20. Parks down to the 15-yard line. First down. And here is Owsley. And this time it is Parks, and he carries it into the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville.
Correct.
First and 10, Bob Jones. Hardy wants to throw him first down, and he is sacked.
Oh.
He is ripped down in the backfield, back at the 25.
Spits. Yes.
Spats, Wendeldrick, and
Hardy to pass. He's in some trouble.
Get him. There you go.
Got him. Ball goes.
touchdown.
Picked up by Spats. Picks it up in the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville. Oh.
Tommy Payne on the tackle.
And big Darius Fats Fitz picks it up, and he's in the end zone, knocking coaches down on the way. It's a mass hysteria. Dogs and cats living together.
Woo. Man.
Good snap. Punt is. I believe they did touch it.
Get
Got a
down
piece
there,
of it.
guys. Get down there. Knock
there
it
we
down.
go.
He took it in the end zone.
He grabbed it.
No, he
No,
got
he
it.
stopped
down
it.
at the
He's down at the 2-yard line.
There you go.
What a punt by Con Rogers. And here is Hardy again. Hardy's just going to keep it. Trying to get outside.
There
Howell
you
got
go.
him.
There
He
you
is wrapped
go.
up at the 2-yard line. It is a loss of 3 on the play. Owsley lines it up. Bunch set. One receiver split out wide. Drops back to pass. Throws it over the middle. He's got a man. He's got Shanks at the
It's
seat.
gone.
And Shanks at the 50. Nobody going to catch Cameron Shanks. And he's gone. 82 yards. And Shanks in the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville.
Over here.
Hardy from the shotgun.
He's
Drops
looking
back.
at him.
Looking downfield. He's in some trouble. He's going to try to run it out there. He won't get there. He is sandwiched.
That was Carmelo.
Owsley drops back to pass, looking downfield, stepping up and firing.
Nice.
And fires a dart to Parker at the 40-yard line, who makes a hop step.
Yes, sir.
He's down to the 35-yard line.
Don't go out of
and out of
bounds.
bounds.
There you go.
They can't tackle him. He just falls up. First
There's
and 10
some
goes to
more
the lines. First and 10 from the Bob Jones 22-yard line. Here's Owsley again, giving up to Parks. Parks makes one man miss.
Nice
Cuts
move.
to the outside. 15-10. Parks to the 5. First and goal lines at the 4-yard line. Owsley again gives it to Parks.
There he is.
And now
Right.
Parks
He's at
finds the end zone. Touchdown, Prattville. Here's Hardy again, loading up the shotgun. 2 receivers to either side. Shotgun snap, and here's an inside gift to Salter. And Salter is met and dropped.
That's that
Luke.
sprint.
That is Luke Gordon on the
yeah.
stop. Salter to the left. He's looking downfield, looking, and now firing it, and it is
Intercepted.
There you
Intercepted
go.
at the 43-yard
Chop.
line, and Chop gets his justice.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the Prattville Lions Football Review. Coach, it's time for the 10th installment of our favorite segment, Inside the Lions Cage. And this week we're going in with one of your leaders, number 25, Gavin Smith.
Yeah, Gavin Smith is what I like to call our utility guy. You know, his responsibility on our offense, he has to play a lot of different roles. And, you know, sometimes he's a tight end for us. Sometimes he's a fullback for us. We even might even split him out at receiver sometime in some of our packages and things like that. So he's our utility guy. So we want to definitely introduce him to the Lion Nation today in the Lions Cage.
He's a no-nonsense guy, and you're going to like him. Let's go inside the Lions Cage with Gavin Smith.
Gavin Smith, tight end, class of 2022.
What is your favorite uniform combination?
Probably all white, definitely.
How early is too early for Christmas decorations?
If it's before Thanksgiving, it's too early.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
Probably to follow through on the stuff that you're wanting to do.
All right. How many days have you gone without showering consecutively?
I say probably about 2. Probably two.
That's clean. That's hygienic. Good for you. If you were forced to karaoke, what would be your go-to song?
Probably like "Beat It" by Michael Jackson. Probably.
Ooh, that's good. Stay on that topic. What's your favorite Halloween candy?
Starburst probably.
Least favorite?
Hershey's. I hate chocolate.
God, that's brutal, man. You've lived your whole life like that?
Pretty much. Yeah,
Wow.
pretty much.
Wow. What's a song that you really like that might surprise a lot of people?
I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan.
Sinatra? Wow. That is shocking, by the way. You've been in school for 12 years now. Who is your favorite teacher, and why?
Probably Miss Barnes. She's a good teacher.
What are 3 things you can't live without?
Football, technology, and probably fall.
All right. You walk into a room and you got to win them over with one joke. What's the one joke you tell?
Shoot. I don't know. I'd probably just make something up on the spot.
On the spot, impromptu. Okay. Can you impersonate any member of the coaching staff really well?
Probably Coach Thornton.
We hadn't had a Coach Thornton yet. Go ahead.
We go. Watch yourself once a week now. Watch yourself.
How do you want the Lion Nation to remember you?
Just a hard worker, dedicated.
I think they'll remember that. I think that's a good way to remember you guys. That's how I'm going to remember you. All right. Well, now it's time for the tried and true heritage, the tradition that is the Lion's Cage. You got to sing the fight song. Okay, we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hooray for Prattville! Hooray for Prattville! Someone's in the stands yelling, "Hooray for Prattville!" 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell them who you're yelling for. Prattville. That's who.
Oh no! Didn't use the words, man. Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
Welcome back to the Prattville Lions Football Review. Coach, there's a lot of names you could have called last week, a lot of standout performances against Bob Jones, but only one can be the Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Game.
Yeah, this was a tough one. We had tremendous nights, of course, by E.J. Owsley, Cameron Shanks, Eric Benson in games, guys like that in this game. But this week, I'm going with the gentleman that basically held our secondary together as far as checks and making sure we were in the right coverages when we needed to be, and had a great night as well. 4 tackles, interception, even a tackle for a loss from our safety position. This week's Pepsi Buffalo Rock Player of the Game is J.D. Powell.
J.D. Powell, Coach, he's one of those guys like you talk about, just the kind of the quarterback of that defense. And maybe doesn't get the praise he deserves because he's always seems to always be in the right spot at the right time, lining people up, and he's had a great season.
He has so far, and I'm very proud of him, and especially with the responsibility that we've put on him recently as far as growing in our defense and being able to handle our whole secondary, and I think he's well deserved.
J.D. Powell, your Buffalo Rock Pepsi Player of the Game. Final segment here on the Prattville Lions Football Review. Coach, Week 10 is in the books, and now Week 1 of the second season. Playoffs right around the corner, and we're heading to Theodore to face off against the Bobcats in round 1, a familiar playoff opponent. But this is a talented Theodore team, as usual.
Yes, very talented. The number 2 team in their region as well, and just watching them on film so far, they're very aggressive. They play a similar style of football that we want to play. Get after people, aggressive on both sides of the ball. They have a huge running back that we really have to figure out how we're going to corral him this week. Runs the ball hard. He's a big body, falls forward, all those little things. So it definitely makes for a great matchup.
It always seems they've got some kind of big bruising running back at Theodore.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way they grow them down there.
Yeah, exactly. I can recall years ago when we first started playing Theodore, and they had running backs every year. Mm-hmm. Every year they put them out, and this guy's no different than the ones that that we had to face years ago. And then defensively, man, you look at their defense, and they're talented across the board. I don't see a drop off anywhere. So it makes sense why they're the second team in the region, and possibly could have been the first team in the region, barring a game. Mm-hmm. But, definitely going to be a great matchup, and looking forward to a huge game.
A 7-3 record this year, Coach. Look at our 3 losses. Nipped at the end by Auburn, who's I think number 4 in the state. Lost at Central, number 3 in the state, and lost at Hoover, number 1 in the state. I mean, this team is right up there competitive with the best, with the class of 7A. You got to feel good about your chances heading into the playoffs.
I do, and the one thing that I look at, versus all those opponents that you name, we played those guys early in the year. We were still trying to find out who we are as a team, and still trying to put together, our standard and things like that. We had a young team, and first time a lot of these guys have been in big ball games like that, and so we've grown from it. Our guys are battle tested, and all those teams are worthy of the where they are as far as rankings, but I think our team is just as good. I think we can play just as well. We can play with a lot of those guys, and we're just worried about being 1-0 this week and going and face Theodore and get to the second round. So, for us to do that, we got to be 1-0. All those rankings, and I'm going to talk to the boys about it. It doesn't matter anymore.
That's right.
Everybody can be ranked 1 or 0. It doesn't matter. It's all about who makes it and advance to the next week. And, something we discussed earlier, the team that wants to be in the next round will be. And that means you're willing to do the little things it takes. And that's the players, the coaching staff, everybody involved. If you're willing to do the little things to get you to the next round, then you will get to the next round.
Absolutely. Friday night, Theodore, Alabama, Bobcat Stadium. Make sure you head down there, Lion Nation. Get down there early, get down there loud for these kids. It's round 1 of the playoffs, and it's Prattville versus Theodore. We expect to see you there. So, Coach, good luck to you this week. You're going to do a lot of preparation, and we're going to let you get to it.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
For Mills behind the camera, for Coach Wallace, I'm Will Barrett saying good night, God bless, and go Lions.
Prattville Lions Football Review with Coach J.B. Wallace. Brought to you by Stivers Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Prattville, Crab King Seafood, CBE, and Durbin Auto Parts.